Hey guys, Mel here with an update now. If you've been following along with our sort of bot action in the Pacific Theatre, Tale of Three Gamers, you'll know last week I was supposed to produce my Gurkhas and I didn't because I had some problems with the painting. A case of mixed matched paints and the uniforms not coming out anywhere near like they should have. But I've completed them. So what I'm going to do is, here I'm really proud of these guys. I really did like painting these. Here they are. Okay, and I know they're not going to show up, so let's throw some photos up. Okay, now I really did love painting these guys. Yeah, the helmets, the leaves, that sort of thing. I mean, the basic uniform and weapons were very much like all my other Chindits. Yeah, but the skin was a real challenge, and in the end, I fell back to Games Workshop's tanned flesh, and it came out absolutely lovely. I did try a couple of other paints, but they just didn't seem to work that well, you know. Uh, so there they are. Now, I had a bit of a problem with them, guys. Yeah, and one of the problems was I was in a bit of a rush, and you'll notice if I hold them like that, there's a bit of a difference between Wingate's base and the rest. These are darker, and I put the wash on a bit too heavy, a bit too thick. Now I was like, oh right, okay, I'll have to paint the rest of my army's bases and bring them up to standard. And then I was like, well, no, what you call it, I don't want to go all the way through that. And then it was like, right, do I take the bases off and do it that way? And then it was like, no. So what I'm going to do is just leave them as they are. I'm just going to relax. You know, it's okay. I mean, for me, it's a massive difference. For anyone else, they probably couldn't tell, to be truthful, unless I pointed it out. But for me, it's a big thing. But I'm going to let the army sort of grow a bit more and then get a feel for it and perhaps see if I can blend them in or I'll work something out. I mean, perhaps the Gurkhas were just running through muddier mud. But anyway, my Gurkhas are done. So I have got my force together, or the basic. I'm nowhere near. John and Dave have flown past me, but I've been quite busy with quite a few things in real life. Pod. You'll have to excuse me, yeah? The problem is, it's September. All the children in the UK go back to school at September. They all mix together, creating one superbug, and every parent in the land gets a cold at September. And anyone who knows a parent gets a cold in September. So I apologise for the sniffles and the throat. But anyway, we've got this bolt action weekend coming up, yeah? So I've got my force together for that. I've literally been out. I bought myself a 6 foot by 4 foot table. Yes, I know. I'm the terrain tutor. I didn't have a table. I cut it up for workbenches. So don't bully me. Stop picking on me. But I also, yeah, I mean, I'm rushing ahead here. Yeah, we've got the bot action weekend coming up. Yeah, now Dave's coming down. No, Dave's coming up from Birmingham. He's bringing his mate Kenny with him. We've got John coming down from Scotland. We've got also a friend of mine, Ant, possibly coming with us and playing a bit of games. So we're having a big bot action jolly. This is the first time we've ever played. Yeah, now I played a little bit, over a year ago. Yeah, but this will be our first proper game, our first forces. Yeah. So we're really looking forward to that. Really, really looking forward to that. Now, as part of that, I'm not going to have it ready in time, but as part of like getting some big projects out of the way and being able to get kicked back into other stuff, I've started on the on the bolt action terrain. Yeah, now I started with my jungle scatter bases and they're all cut up and the progress is starting on those. I've also started on, I've got all the boards and I've ordered all the foam for the for the modular boards. Now I was thinking about my actual table and I've been looking at designs and that sort of stuff and I reckon realistically by the time I'm finished building it, and you've got to remember, yeah, that this table is my table, okay? So it may seem a bit OTT, but it's my table. Okay, guys? I figure by the time it's finished, we're going to be looking in the region of 20 2 foot by 2 foot boards. Now remember, it only takes 6 to make a 6 by 4 table. But I want roads, I want rivers, I want encampments, I want all sorts of stuff, and this is my board. But I've got my first 8 boards, and I've got the foam coming to do the first 8 boards. Yeah, so the first 8 are probably going to be basic jungle, which will be pretty bland to be truthful. Yeah, but also I want to do some tracks and some roads, and maybe throw a river in there. I'm not sure yet. Thinking on that, but there's the other channel for that, if you know what I mean, the terrain one. Yeah, I'll be talking. There's lots of it coming on there. See, I've still got those sniffles, haven't I? Now, so that we've talked about my Gurkhas, and they are looking very nice. I do like them. Yeah. Now, Yeah, we talked about the Bolt Action Weekend, so we'll be doing a video in here, and also we've got Derby Worlds. So if you're at Derby Worlds and you see me walking around, I'll be dressed in like a green top and everything. I'll have my video camera and I'll have my little minion ahead of me, Corbin, or little Dave, one of the two, or perhaps both. Sorry, Dave. Yeah, feel free to like shout, wave, say hello, buy me beer. Yeah. Now, so we've got the Bolt Action Weekend. I've just talked about terrain. It's all right. I've got lots going on, and I'm a bit flued up when I'm flu meds. I've got a bit of a grin on my face. It's good stuff. Right, the final one, a massive shout out to Warlord. Now, Warlord have been great with this project and that sort of stuff, and Rich over there is an awesome guy. Yeah, but because we are Bolt Action in the Pacific Theatre, we always decided long before the new book was coming out that we would go Pacific. Yeah. Third one out of the office. Yeah. Even Rich doesn't have one. Now, I've already started picking through this. I've picked a couple of really nice units that I'm going to be getting. Gurkha paratroopers. I've served with Gurkhas. You don't mess with a Gurkha. They're very, very nice people, but you would never mess with a Gurkha. Don't even think about messing with a Gurkha in case they realise you're thinking about messing with a Gurkha. Yeah? And they make great curries. It's normally rat, but they make great curries. Yeah, but Gurkha paratroopers, so I can drop the little blighters from the sky. It's going to be great fun. But also, I was very pleased. Now, I think one of the main reasons that Rich really pulled the stops out to get this book to me, yeah, was the fact that Great Uncle Subhas gets a mention. Yeah. Now, what I'm looking, I can't show you that much because obviously these are rules and that sort of stuff, so I don't want to do that. But if I bring the text up, yeah, it probably won't even focus. But let me assure you, my great uncle Subhas is in this book, leading the Indian National Army with the Japanese against the Chindits. Well, what can you say? Father still won't talk about it. I'm seeing him tomorrow. I'm going to see my dad tomorrow, and every time I mention it, no, well, we do not talk about that. But yeah, I have been sent the Empires and Flames book, so I'm really chuffed. I'm on a real bit of a jolly today. It's been a good day, especially with starting my own terrain. You know what I mean? It's been a long time since I've had my own terrain, a proper board. So that's nice. It's nice to get the train flow, and also lots of stuff going on in life. It's been good, but the book is cracking from what I see. I will tell you more about it in an upcoming video when I sort of do a little mini review. Yeah, I don't really like reviewing books, to be perfectly honest, but I'll tell you what I thought, and I'll tell you what the juicy bits are and that sort of stuff. So we'll have a look at that in a future video. So there you have it, guys. We're coming up onto 8 minutes, which is a good enough vlog. Yeah, we've talked Gurkhas, we've talked a Bolt Action Weekend, we've talked terrain, we've talked the Pacific book, and that only leaves two things. One, my next pledge, model-wise, and two, what's coming up next show-wise. Okay. My next pledge is I'm going to do Wingate again. Yeah. Now, the reason I say this is that's Wingate. He's the leader. The guy was a nutter, a nudist nutter. Yeah. And Mike's got me a model for a naked body. I've got another Wingate model where I can take the head off. I'm going to do a bit of sculpting. So my one model, my one pledge, yeah, is to sculpt and basically convert a naked Wingate model. Just for giggles, because I'm not so keen on steaming ahead with making units, because I know after this weekend it's probably going to be another month or two before the boys get together again. Do you know what I mean? So the pressure's off a little bit for painting units. So I want to do something a bit fun, and I haven't sculpted and converted in a long time. Yeah, so I'm doing that. But now it may seem silly you're just doing one model, and it's probably going to be a month before you see me again with my next pledge because of shows and that sort of stuff. But I'm also doing terrain. So my next pledge is the Wingate model and the scatter terrain, yeah, so to put on the board. Fingers crossed, maybe even a small board, yeah, but I'm making no promises on that. I've already had to take one real life pass, which means I'm buying the beers this weekend. Now, coming up next week, on next Wednesday's show is a live show where we'll be probably talking about Derby and bolt action and all that sort of stuff. What you might find out is before that, we put out a little video of how our bolt action day went. I don't know because I don't know how much we're going to film, how much editing it's going to need. So if it is, yeah, you might see it before. If not, that's also coming because we want to sort of document our experience of learning bolt action and playing bolt action because we come from a 40k circle. We've played lots of little other games and stuff like that, and but this is a big step for all of us. So we're going to be documenting that. But in the meantime, yeah, I've got sculpting naked bits and terrain to make. If you go in Derby, make sure you give a wave, come say hi. I'm there on the Sunday. All the boys are there. You'll see me in my green t-shirt and my camera. So come say hi, guys. And in the meantime, guys, we'll see you on the live show next Wednesday. All the best, yeah. Ta-ra.